So, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. Oh, this is a thing. In a place. As you can see, layer 4 has literally nothing on it, so we don't care about it. It's mostly used for when I have to take screenshots of things. As we can see here, there's a lot of stuff going on. This is a map. We have the Dawn Mist continent, which contains things like the Rainly Forest, which is next to this field over here, which has a mountain in it, and this brown stuff represents like a swamp. And ta-da! Here's a desert. And also, I don't have any idea why I called it the Snow Dust River if it's in a bog, a swamp thingy, but like, yeah. As you can see here, we all paint lines because I am lazy. And then there's the Offlow Mountains. Yeah, real good. There's a beach here. A really cool beach. I like it. Ta-da! Moondrop Ocean. And also right north of the Dawn Mist continent is the NightWatcher Island. We don't talk about the NightWatcher clade of dragons because they're feisty, buddy. And also, as you can see here, there is this forest which is filled with ruins, so we call it the Ruin Lands. And we're pretty sure it's where humans used to live, but the humans went extinct shortly after an incident, but I'm not quite sure what. And now everything and everyone here was just dragons. Not many of them are sentient, though, and even if all of them were sentient, it wouldn't really matter. There's the Feather Sands, which is another desert with a little bit of fields, like above it, apparently. Like, probably one of the only habitable places on this island that isn't supposed to exist for lore's sake. And also there's the RainWyver link. The RainWyver Lake. RainWyverns are also a clade of dragons. Pretty distant from the NightWatchers, though, so you don't have to worry about them. So yeah, the Isanai continent is there too, with its own little island called the Thunderflash Island, because it's filled with dragons that usually have some relation to thunder and lightning. Not all of them come from the same few clades, though. Just thunder's a common thing around here. There's the Phoenix Island, which is just a little patch of jungle and an ocean of concern and confusion, and then there's the Teardrop Islands, which are mostly beaches and nothing else. Now, so look at this. It's the Dustfire Island, which has 2 beaches, but is mostly just forest. And then there's the continent of Sea Coral, which is literally called Sea Coral because I couldn't think of anything else. It's a cool island. I like it very much. 10 out of 10. Would recommend a vacation there. But there's a lot of dangerous ocean dragons that live around it, so I'd advise you to keep yourself on an eye out. And then there's these 2 continents over here, the Smokelands and the Dusklands. The Smokelands have another swamp along with a jungle called the Ori Jungle. There's these 2 lakes with the little rivers. I'm not really sure what they mean yet. And then there's the Dream Sands. We don't talk about the Dream Sands because they are the most mythical of strange dragons that have something to do with the desert live. Well, at least that might be where they are. There's a big field and there's this little peninsula with some jungle on it. And also, meanwhile, on the other hand, the Dusklands are a thing too with the bizarre jungle. I'm not really sure how it can live behind all those mountains. Probably something having to do with the river system we've got going here, which also contains this little lake in the middle of the Jewel Jungle, which is literally the thing's name. And then there's another range of mountains called Mount Frost, even though it's multiple mountains and not just one really big mountain. And it also has a river system. And there's the Fire Island, I guess. Cool, right? I thought so. And then there's the Itis Desert. I like the Itis Desert. It is my favorite of the deserts. And then there's another ocean. And also, speaking of oceans, the Stormwind Ocean exists, and so does the Goldwing Ocean, which contains the Snowleaf Field, which has snow in its name because of the Frostland. which is somewhat untraditionally colorful, somewhat surprisingly close to what should be the equator of this world. And then there's the frozen field, which is at the very bottom of the Froststorm continent thingy, which is mostly a tundra with two itty-bitty patches of slightly more habitable zones everywhere. And also there's Mount Ice Stream, which is, like I said, multiple mountains, and Mount Snowlow, which is also multiple mountains, but I'm still calling it a mount. Did I cover everything? Oh yeah, there's the fact that, like, the entire, like, top half of the landmass around here was just the polar sun ocean. Pretty cool thing. And now it's time for me to explain the lore of all of this. I haven't decided the actual species of the dragons yet, but remember, the Nightwatcher clade is real, the Flash thing has multiple clades, and RainWyverns are also a clade, I guess. Basically, there's a lot of things that happen around here, and yeah, the RainWyverns and the NightWatchers are the only clades of dragons I have so far, and yes, basically everything is a dragon around here, except the fish that live in the oceans, and also bugs, I guess. I'm not really sure how they survived through all this. I guess they just did. And there were humans around here at one point, but they're all dead now, which is why the ruined lands are here. So yeah, have fun creating dragon species for this. I might give you an idea of how the clades are once I get to that, I guess. So have fun, kiddos!